I think the big difference today is my teammate. After missing the penalty, everybody come to me in the dressing room. Sadio, we don't care what happened. We lose together, we win together. We push again, and we're gonna make it. And the end of when I was going to shoot the second penalty, they all come to me. We trust you, go do it. I think that makes the difference.
That was Sadio Mane there at the start, talking about what was different about this Senegalese side after he missed that penalty, what his teammates told him. And when he was going to take that final kick, they told him. And you have to say there's a lot of camaraderie, respect, and confidence in this team, and they've shown it, and deservedly they have been crowned champions. And since they have been crowned champions, you'd expect a lot of talks to be had on them and comparing them to our situation here in Ghana. A lot of parallels are being drawn about the Ghana Black Stars learning a lot from Senegal, and I'm all for that. I'm open to that. But what I do not like to hear is stuff like we should have faith in a local manager because Senegal had faith in a local manager, they are bearing rewards. We should learn from Senegal, we should give a local manager a longer period of time, blah blah blah. We have had a lot of comments passing through on social media, and I'd like to give my few thoughts on what I have seen across social media so far and why I feel we should be cautious in trying to compare our situation to Senegal or whoever wins the African Cup of Nations. Last time it was Algeria, this time it is Senegal. I'll be talking about that today. I'll also be talking about Charles Taylor and some of the comments he has been passing in not encouraging foreign-based players to choose the Ghana Black Stars, and also telling Richard Olele Kingston that he should never have recommended Jojo Walcott. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. So first of all, congratulations to Senegal. Congratulations to Aliou Cisse. He has worked his socks off and he has deservedly been crowned the man who has brought first ever trophy to Senegal, African Cup of Nations trophy, that is, to Senegal. He was the man who missed the penalty that gave the trophy to Cameroon in 2002. In 2019, as a coach, his team could not get back from an early goal to Algeria. 2021, deservedly, they have been crowned champions of Africa. But I have a little bit of an issue with Ghanaians trying to compare Aliou Cisse to other local coaches here. I've always said that the problem with the Ghana football and the Ghana Black Stars has never been about coaches per se. Yes, they are part of the problem, but ultimately it is because of the lack of structure. So those calling for a long-term coach or a local coach, having faith with a local coach for the long term, really have a flawed argument. Because yes, we can have the best of managers, but the processes and the plans, the systems in place might not even make the best of managers thrive. We have the best golden generation, what I will call the golden generation, in Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah, Sule Muntari, and the likes. Those players were honed from grassroots football in the early 90s, and they graduated seamlessly into the national team, and they grew up into these players that form the core of the very strong Black Stars team from 2008 up to 2010-2014, until they started fading away in terms of form due to their age, and that was expected. But our issue at that time was not having a plan in place, for the national team, not having youth football being prioritized. It had very little to do with the coach, though I have admitted the coach is part. But let's not form parallels with Aliou Cisse here. Aliou Cisse was part of the youth side of the Senegalese national team. He was their trainer before he eventually got graduated to the senior national team in 2015, where he was tasked to get them the African Cup of Nations trophy. There was a plan in place. It was followed through. And mind you, it was not like they were never going to sack him. If he had not done well, he earned his place in the job. He got them to their first ever World Cup in 2018 since 2002 Korea, Japan. He got them to the final of the African Cup of Nations. In 2017, he got them to the quarterfinals where they lost to Cameroon. In 2019, he got them to the final. In 2021, he has gotten them the trophy. So he has earned every single step of his stay. He has earned his right to stay as the head coach. And we cannot say that for local managers that have taken over the Black Stars entirely. You'd also note that there's a lot of respect and camaraderie from other players that are not in the team, that is veteran players. They all respect him 100%. The Football Association accords him a lot of respect. Can we say that we accord our local coaches as much respect as they deserve or we should be doing? I'll say a big no to that. We do not show respect. There's so much disdain for coaches who have local descent. We do not rate them highly. And the players see all this and then it translates to them not rating the coaches well. And that disrespect will go on. So respect for the coaches, support for the cause is so important that it cannot be used as something we should use to compare Aliou Cisse and Senegal's success here. But we are only saying we should learn from Senegal because they are the winners. I for one feel we can learn a lot from losers Egypt more in terms of penalties. How many times have we complained about penalties being our bane in tournaments? Penalties have been something Ghanaians have complained about a lot. In 2019, it was what booted us out of the African Cup of Nations. It has been a problem. 2015, we got 2 penalties in our favor, and then boom, we were able to mess it up. In 1992, it was what prevented us from beating Ivory Coast again. Penalties, they always say you cannot practice it or because of this tension or the situation. It is a science that needs to be studied mostly by Ghanaians. Penalties at the under 23 level was the reason why we didn't go to the Olympics. And we want to be like that without putting in the efforts they put in. It doesn't work like that. Life is not magic. So those trying to compare the Black Stars to this team should look at it from a deeper level. It is not that easy. The work that has gone into this team has been immense, and it has been years in the working, and it is to be appreciated. It is not a mean feat to win the African Cup of Nations. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of behind the scene work, which probably we do not know about. Let's study all that and then come back and say that Ghana should be doing something like that. Don't look at the result and try to get it. Look at the work that got them the result. So that is it there on the front of the Black Stars and the comparisons being drawn between them and winners Senegal. Charles Taylor has come under a lot of criticism recently, and I have to say I agree with all the criticism coming towards him. Why would a former player who wants the best for the national team be saying that players who are not born in the country but of Ghanaian descent should not choose the national team? What is he aiming to achieve in saying that players like Hassan Odoi, Tariq Lamptey, Eddie Nketiah should not join the national team? What does he gain from that? If this is a player who wants the best for the national team, shouldn't he be encouraging those players to join? Shouldn't he want the best for the national team? This is what I was talking about. It is supposed to be a common cause fight, but then there'll be others, detractors behind, who'll be trying to say something negative about the country, and because of the experiences in the team, they do not want the best for the nation, but then get surprised and start bashing coaches and players when things don't go well. Behind the scenes, they are talking badly about the national team. And I have to say, Charles Taylor was quite disappointed in his comment. He said, let's ask ourselves why these players don't want to come and play for the country. I have said that players abroad should not hesitate to switch allegiance away from Ghana. Ghana is a matter of a year, then you are off the scene, he said. Well, I don't know where this bitterness is coming from, but it's unfounded and it's just wrong from a former player. Let me know what you think in the comments box. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day. Have a great week.